Hello Scorpio, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new, I hope you enjoy the reading. This will be a general life reading for you. Alright, so let's see now. We've got here the, as I said, we've got Mercury retrograde coming in for you. So I've mentioned that. So that I feel is going to affect you in some way, shape or form. And underneath we have the void of course moon missing. It's got a sort of a similar thing where aspects of... it's also saying don't initiate or take big actions or make big purchases during this period. Now, this normally is a shorter period than the Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is normally about 3 weeks, and the void of course moon can be over the course of maybe a week. It normally is a few days when the moon is between signs. It goes into a shadow phase, and it's saying that things are not what they seem. Okay, and it could be that something that you've been worrying about, or stressing about may not actually come to pass because things are not what they seem. All right. It could also be relating to something else here, which is indicating that something you may have overlooked, and this could very well come in under the Mercury retrograde. Something that you've overlooked or you've been distracted or something you've missed, and you may want to dive in to fix it, and it's saying just wait. Okay, the opportunity will come up to correct it or fix it or move forward on something, but this is a period of introspection, meditation, and going within. It's also for dreaming, planning, and recovery or rest, if that is appropriate for you. So it's saying that just wait. It's a pause period in the action. And as I said, the Mercury retrograde is also about that. It's kind of a back to the drawing board energy. So these two both came up. Now, Mercury retrograde, the number is 51, and void of course moon is number 52. So these two are following if we're going by the numbers. But the numbers may be relevant for you, or you may just notice this period. But it's kind of saying that that it could also be that you're in the middle of some sort of storm. Something has occurred and you feel like you've now got to try and fix it or change it or sort something out. And it's just saying, wait until the storm has passed. Just detach and let it be. Okay, just detach and let it be, and it will sort itself out. And then once it's blown over, then you will be able to move forward with whatever it was to do with, you know, so only you will actually know that. But it could very well be, as I said, associated, it could come up during the Mercury retrograde, because this can be about things being overlooked or something being misconstrued or misunderstood, or something, a communication that goes awry. Sometimes that can happen, okay? So then, right, so now we've got the 8th house coming in here. So this is a biggie, and I feel this is a big portion of your reading is to do with this. So 8th house is all to do with intimacy, sexuality. It's about unions. When you are forming a union, either a love partnership or a business relationship. And this is the nuts and bolts of how it's going to fit together or how it's going to come apart, depending on the situation. And yeah, it's a kind of growth cycles. You may be at the beginning of a cycle or at the end of a cycle in this situation with the union. And it's normally to do with the emotional and material resources around that. How is that going to fit together, or how is it being dismantled, if that is what needs to happen? All right. So it's also to do with you know, the deeper side of a relationship, particularly in a love relationship, the sexuality and that very intimate connection. Okay. Then it can also be to do with aspects of financial matters. So this is normally to do with big finance. So this is like assets, banking, tax. It can also be to do with investments or insurances, and in some cases it can also be to do with managing somebody else's resources, you know. Now that may be a profession. But it is also to do with legacies and inheritances as well, because the 8th house does deal with sex, death. And this can be death of a number of things. It could be the death of a cycle, or the death of a phase of your life, or an ego death. Or it can, in some cases, be the passing of somebody. And if that's the case, then it may be to do with, you know, legacy or an inheritance of some sort. But I feel it's more to do with other matters. Then it can also be about birth or rebirth. And that is regeneration or renewal. And I feel that is what is going to be sort of highlighted in this 8th house. It could also be, in some cases, the the regeneration and renewal could also be about something coming out. Now, in some cases, it can be a secret, or it could be something that's been hidden and hasn't been revealed. Now, this could be a financial thing, or it could be some other aspect, or it could be like an emotion or a feeling or a passion which is rising up and needs to be expressed. And that is very much what your cards are saying. So this could be the regeneration and renewal of something that you felt and you've just suppressed for some time, and now you need to release it. And this could be passion for something or for someone, or it could be the renewal of something in your life, the regeneration of something in your life. Now, we've got at the bottom of that, we've got Mars, which is a very action-oriented, it's a very willful sign. It's the god of war, so it could be going into action or defending or challenging something. And then at the top, you've got Pele, divine passion. So this could be very well the regeneration or renewal, because the divine passion, Pele, only comes up when you're suppressing something or you are putting something on the back burner. This could be a dream or a goal or a talent or an ability, or just something that you have always wanted to do or dearly would have loved to have done, but it's been suppressed or just overlooked or just not acted on for whatever reason. And it's normally associated with, it kind of wasn't the right time, or you didn't have the confidence, or it couldn't be expressed for whatever reason. So, and look at the colors of this wonderful fiery red and orange and yellow. And these all deal with the lower three chakras. So your root, your sacral, and your sacral and your solar plexus. So this is all to do with confidence and sexuality and your security. All right. So it's saying that I feel that you need to challenge something in this house. Now, this could be a way of life that you've been living, or something that is, it could be a relationship based or partnership based. You may be challenged, or you need to challenge something, or you could be defending yourself. Or you could be going into action with something. You could also be taking action in order to release something so that this divine passion can come out. It could also be the force of passion or sexuality rising up in you. It could be regenerated or renewed through a passionate relationship or some other passion, But it's saying that some sort of action or movement forward, or cards on the table going forward, and it's saying that you may need to push it, whatever it is. This is something that you may need to push, but don't force, but you will need to push it. And this can be quite fast action, but it's normally quite forceful in its movement. As I said, it could be an expression or something that's coming out or needs to come out. Okay. But it can also be it can also be just energy and enthusiasm, and that rising up of something that you just know you have to do, something that you just know you've got a good insight on it, you just know you have to do it. And with the 8th house, this can be a psychic thing, a psychic impression, or a psychic knowing. Something rises up in you, you just have absolute clarity on what it is that you've got to do, and then the Mars gives you the energy and the drive and the courage and the enthusiasm to go after what it is that is being highlighted here. Now, the Pele, as I said, divine passion, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So this is about locking into your heart. This is not about responsibility or obligation or doing things to please others or to satisfy another way of life. This is about going after your dreams, your goals, and your ambitions, things that are close to your heart, things that are going to wake you up, that are going to make you enthusiastic and love what you do, or what it is you're trying to do in this house. Okay, so all of that coming in, very, very powerful cards. We have also got at the same time fulfillment. So I feel that whatever is coming out or needs to come out or is being acted on here is going to bring fulfillment. All right. So this is definitely an aspect of this situation. And this is connected to this divine passion, this rising up of something in you which needs to be expressed now. It needs to be released. Okay. Now, we have also got the sun coming in. Beautiful card. It may be connected to this or some other aspect. A very, very powerful card. It's a major arcana. You have another major arcana. And again, number 19 and number 20. Okay, so these are following one after the other. So the Sun is always a very positive card. It's about positive karma that is coming in for you. Now, you've got the past life card here. So I feel something is coming into you and it's going to manifest. It's going to bring good karma in from a past life situation. And this is your hard work coming back to you, okay? But it can also indicate a masculine energy coming into your life. It can be that, or it could be a father figure or an authority figure. Take it as it resonates for your situation. Plans that work out perfectly. It can also be in amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations. So you could be in the spotlight. You're getting your time in the sun over something. So this is like success or notoriety or fulfillment in some regard in this 8th house. It could be monetary as well that's coming in, because the 8th house deals with monetary things, big finance. It could be a big windfall of some sort or a reward for effort. And it, as I said, in some cases, it could be to do with inheritance or legacy, whatever the situation is. And it says gratitude for the blessings of life. So the Sun, as I said, very positive energy, very positive card. It's about radiating positivity. You could be very influential under this card, or you could be meeting somebody who is very influential. And it is also about leadership in some ways. In some cases, that may be coming in with, certainly with the Mars card, that could be the case, taking leadership in some case, in some way. But it's a very sunny, bright, radiant energy. Your life force could be strong. Your health could be strong. Lots of ways that this could be manifesting. And as I said, the number 19 could be important for you. And then at bottom of the Fairy Tarot, as I said, is number 20, another major arcana. This is the renewal or judgment card. And it's saying, review the past and present so you can plan a bright new future. Okay, so understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. So this is putting something to bed, something from the past, something that this could be making a meaningful life change of direction. And this, I feel, is to do with the divine passion. You're releasing something, or you're letting go of something in order to move forward and move forward into a bright future. But it's to do with your life purpose, and it's the realization around that. Okay, it could also be that it's about time now that this needs to happen, and you're just kind of reconciling things. You're looking at the past, letting that go so that you can move forward to the future. But it's about being in the present moment. You make all your decisions in the present moment. You don't make them from the past, and you don't make them in the future. You make them in the present moment. Okay, understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. And you've got a rabbit there, or a bunny, so it's very abundant energy. So I feel this is abundance. This is an abundant energy rising up in you to do with what you are, or who you are, and your authentic self, and moving in a direction which is authentically right for you, okay, or which is going to help you in some way, okay. So I feel very, very positive about that. We have also got the 5th house coming in. I feel the 5th house is to do with the entertainment industry or performance, or anything related to the arts or creativity. And as I said, Venus is going direct, and that's on the 29th of Jan. And so something may be, for those of you in that situation, something may be coming right for you round about then, because it's at a very harmonious angle to Uranus, and that's expect the unexpected, always with Uranus, and that is at a very harmonious angle. You may already have an indication from the 18th of Jan. So 5th house is about that, all related to the arts and entertainment and creativity, artistic work, or any kind of creativity, whether it's to do with the arts and the stage work, or whether it's to do with other projects you're involved in. Perhaps this is a desire that you've always had, to be involved in the arts in some way, shape or form, or to use your creative talents or your artistic talents, and it's been put on the back burner because perhaps you thought you couldn't make money from it, or it wasn't substantial, or it was frowned on by other people in your family, like parents, or something like that, whatever the case may be. But it's like a coming home to your true nature, or your true self, or what it is you really would like to do. So any of that could be coming in. It could also be to do with children, whether these are your children or other children that you are associated with. So children comes up very strongly as well. It could also be to do with a love affair. Now, this you've got the 8th house, which is about union. So you may be going from a love affair into a more committed relationship. Okay, so that could be happening as well. Or it could be to do with a collaboration on a project, possibly, which does involve creativity in some way. It's also to do with having fun. The 5th house is always about having fun, recreational activities of all kinds, anything that makes you happy and is joyful. It could be a sport or a club activity. It could be a handcraft, as I said, something to do with craftiness or art or creativity, anything like that, anything that is fun, enjoyable and creative for you. It could even be exercise related. So, but it can also be social activities, going out, enjoying yourself and so on. Now, it can also be to do with taking a risk of some sort. And I feel this is where the cards are coming in for you. Because you've got Aquarius, I know, at the bottom. And then you've got Artemis Guardian at the top. So Artemis Guardian is always about protection of some sort. The angels have got your back. So it says you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So if this is to do with going after a profession change, or you're changing something financially here, and you're concerned about your children, you know, what's going on with them, or it could be to do with your some sort of project, or your whatever you're doing in the entertainment or in industry, or whatever that is related to, or it could be some other activity which you would like to get involved in. You may just be a bit concerned that there's too much of a risk, or there is some sort of risk involved. That could be coming in, but she's saying that the universe has got your back, and what you need to focus on here is the love and light that is within you, and that is a mission to spread that around, the love and the light, to spread that around in whatever way is appropriate for you, whatever is your skill set, whatever you do. That could just be sitting with somebody and holding their hand when they're stressed, or being there for your children, or it could be related to anybody in your life, or just being positive and spreading that love and light to others. So focus on that and release worries and concerns about security and protection, okay, because the universe has got your back. All right, so you've got the Guardian there. Then with the Aquarius energy, this could be, as I said, you're looking into the future in some way here. You're looking into the future, and it's to do with the 5th house, and I feel you are just a bit concerned that there's a risk of some sort coming in here. And Aquarius is always about looking towards the future, and it could also be that friends and associates are coming in to help you at this time, or it could be others that you are connecting with in the 5th house. This could be a social situation, or other people that you are involved with. They could be coming in to support you with an idea that you have that you want to launch. It could be a brilliant idea. And as I said, with the Sun card, it says here, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations. So you could have a wonderful idea that you want to move ahead with, but you're concerned about the risk and how it's going to affect your family or whatever the situation is. And Aquarius can be brilliant ideas. Hey? And Uranus rules Aquarius. And I said Uranus is going to be active. So that'll be around the 18th of Jan, and then again on the 29th of Jan. I feel those 2 dates may be important for you. But it's saying that, you know, this is very futuristic energy. It's very innovative. It's very creative from that point of view. It can be inventive even. It's kind of genius level. It could also be technology related. This is cutting edge tech or advanced tech, or more advanced than where you are currently, or whatever it is that you're using in this house. If it's not directly for you, it could be involving your children, or children you're working with or associated with, you know. So, and this is, this could be like a leap forward, or some sort of very sort of fast moving forward into the future. There could be a few challenges around that, but it could also be associated with friendships. Maybe in this 5th house, Aquarius does bring the friendship element in. You could be perhaps collaborating, as I said, with others in the 5th house on a friendship level. It could also be to do with you know, sort of this glimpses of the future, but it may be tied up with something else, either for your children or for technology or for an idea that you have. and it's a very far-reaching energy. It does also have a social element attached to it as well, and this could be to do with humanitarian issues or things like social issues, global consciousness, group ideas or group things. Anything to do with groups comes in with Aquarius energy. So you could be connecting with others in a very creative or artistic or performance-related way, or it could be to do with, as I said, children, social things, whatever it may be. All right, but there's some sort of risk element associated with this. Something new, something new and untried. It could even be unconventional, or very unconventional, or just very different. Or you could be meeting people who are like that. They are perhaps different race to yourself, or different culture, or they could have very different ideas, or they could be just very unique in the way they do things. All right, so all of these factors coming in for you. Then we have got here the, finally we've got, we've got also Rhiannon, sorceress coming in. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So this is magic coming in here for the Aquarius energy as well. So this is saying, she's saying that you can, the full moon, as I said, may be important. That full moon in Cancer, 17 Jan, and straight after that is Uranus going direct. So I feel around that energy, there's some way that you could pull down this magic. You could use your magic in some way here, in whichever house. It's either 8th house or 5th house, to manifest what you want. This is the card of manifestation. So it's saying you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. In some cases, it could even be related to travel. Aquarius can sometimes be about travel or getting perspective on something. And she's got riding a unicorn there. So use your magical abilities. Now, magic can be very much understood. This is your particular brand of individuality or originality, and this is the 5th house. This is something that you can do. Either it's word related, number related, or some performance related. It could be to do with children. It could be to do with some activity that you're just really good at. Whatever it is, harness your magic and use your individuality and your originality to harness this beautiful energy and make things happen. But speak positive, think positive, and speak things into existence. And that is your manifestation ability. Okay. And then finally, we have here the 4th house coming in for you. 4th house is to do with the house, your physical house, the structure, but it's also your home where you are currently living. It's also to do with the atmosphere or the people in your home, but it can also be about the relationship you have to your roots, your family, your foundation, where you've come from, your ethnic identity or your ancestry. Okay, it could be both of those or either one of those situations. Now, we've got at the bottom Neptune. All right. And then at the top, we've got Isis, past life. So I feel there is karma coming in, or you're dealing with karmic situations here. As I said, with the renewal card, this is a kind of a judgment thing. It could very well be that you are releasing judgments of yourself in others. I feel with the Neptune card, you may have been under an illusion for quite some time, or you may be you've either been in it and you're coming out of that now, or you are going to recognize it in some way, I feel. And it's to do with this, the 4th house, okay? So the Neptune can be about illusions. It can be about fantasies, and falling prey to that, or getting mixed up with the wrong crowd, or assuming something when in fact that's not actually the truth. You know, it's very hard sometimes to just discern the truth or get clarity under the rays of Neptune. Sometimes it can pull a veil over things, and it's hard to find the truth, you know. And in some cases, you can be seeing things as, you can be seeing people as enemies, and they're not actually. Confusion can sometimes set in with Neptune. On the flip side of that, it's a wonderfully imaginative and inspirational energy. It's about connecting to spirituality and getting serious spiritual downloads, psychic impressions, but also connecting to dreams and also karmic things. This can be settling karma, because you've got the past life card, so you could be settling karma. You could be releasing something around that. You could be getting healing around that. You could also be releasing something to do with an addiction or a dependency of some sort, or it could be others in your home situation are doing that. Okay, something around that.